Well, who doesn't like getting a little dirty? Hello, I'm Ramon, and welcome back to All Skill RC. Here we have two ready-to-run dirt oval racers. Up until now, I don't think there's been any real ready-to-run dirt oval racers. I believe there might have been a 1/18 scale a while back, but it was 1/18 scale. These are 1/10 scale. Aside from that, you had to get kits. I think RJ Speed had a kit. You got the chassis, body, and you had to supply everything else. And there was another one which I believe you could build off a LOSI Traxxas slash chassis. So now finally on the market you have ready-run versions. Now it should make it a little easier for people actually to get involved or interested in the sport, because now it makes it easy. They're ready to run. It can't get any easier than that. Alright, so here we have the Traxxas slash modified. Before this was called the Mud Boss, but that name was probably licensed to somebody else, so they ended up taking it off the box, which I'm kind of upset by. By the time I got to order this, it was too late. They already removed the name off the box. I wish it did say Mud Boss. Those are more sought after. And here is the LOSI brand new 22 Sprint. Now, this one's a dirt modified car and this one's a sprint car. So I had to write it down, but the Traxxas slash modified is 1/10 scale, 2-wheel drive, a dirt oval racer, and it sells for $379.95 at A-Main. I'll put my affiliate link down in the description, so if anybody's interested, please use my affiliate link. It helps out my channel. And here is the LOSI 22 1/10 scale brushless 2-wheel drive sprint car, and this one sells for $349.99, which is cheaper. Now the Traxxas slash modified says it'll do up to 35 miles per hour, and the LOSI Sprint will do 25 miles per hour. Now, depending on the size of an oval or whatever, I don't know if you need that much top speed. I've never raced or ran these on a dirt track, so I don't know. But let's get these cracked open and see what we got. Now, I know you guys always see me with new cars, but I tend to collect more than I run. It's a little difficult sometimes to try to create content. With the time it takes to create content, it's either you're creating content or you're playing with the cars. So I don't get much time to play with them, unfortunately. I'm trying to work on that. But wow. All right, let's get this. Ooh-wee! This is nice. I like this. It's good looking. Wow, I don't think it's gonna fit on the shelf behind me. Definitely looks too wide to sit on the shelf behind me. But that's nice. With the Traxxas, you get numbers, so you can put your own number, your choice of number, a couple Traxxas sticker, a little foam block probably for your battery to keep your battery from sliding around, and a couple little wrenches and Allen keys. Aside from that, you get a TQ radio. Now the Traxxas has the BL2S electronics in this. So that's a 2S ESC. It's funny, I have Traxxas cars, but I really don't run them. I don't have any Traxxas batteries. Here, let's turn this way. Give me a little more space on the table. This is also a challenge, is when you're making content, you can never have enough space. Ooh, this is nice. Here, let's get this flap out the way, and let's back her out the box. Oh, you guys are completely blocked off by cardboard. All right, ooh, that's a challenge. All right, what's in here? There's stuff in here. Well, here, let's get this off. You can actually at least see the car. Get that off. All right, I'm assuming this is the radio. Hey, we have a radio. Wow, significantly smaller radio. This is the SLT2. Look at that, pocket size. Now I've barricaded myself in my shop. I can't even get out now with both those boxes in the way. All right, so with the LOSI, you get some more numbers. This sticker here is because you could remove this, you could remove the upper wing and the lower wing, and there is another plate that goes on somewhere, which is in here. So they give you the sticker for the little plate. I'm not going to get into converting it There's other videos of people that have converted it over to wingless. But you get batteries, battery straps, and some other parts. I just want to see these two side by side and take a look at these chassis. Where did I stick the stickers for the other one? I already lost the stickers for the other one. Let's get these. Wow. I want to say when I was buying this, it was a tough call because I was really liking the blue pink with the silver plastics. I was a little worried actually about the silver in the plastics. Sometimes it makes it look too plasticky. But I went with the green. I'm a big fan of green. And I love the way this looks, I must say. I am very satisfied with the way this looks. Also, if you got the blue and pink one, your hubcaps on this side are in the grayish silver plastic as well. Now, I'm guessing that it only comes with the hubcaps on one side, right? But I'm guessing that it's because when these cars slide around the oval, it's to keep from the rims getting filled up with dirt as they're sliding through. So having sticky mud cake up inside your wheel is going to draw off your wheel balance. So more than likely these hubcaps on the outside, on this side, are because that was probably a problem. I'm just guessing. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Let me know why. I always love to learn something new. But I don't know scale-wise if these are even accurate to scale. But I've seen sprint cars in person and they're usually smaller. So it probably is pretty close to accurate. Usually I believe the inner tire is supposed to be much wider than this. These look about the same size. And I think that's off. And I'm sure that somebody will be, people that are actually racing are probably going to source out or find the wider rear tire for the inside. So they'll probably do that. I'm sure that LOSI did this so you don't only have to race it on the dirt in an oval so that you can just play with it as you would like to. So dedicated racers are probably going to source out a wider tire for the rear. But wow, I can't get over how good both of these look. Now, I know that for the Traxxas, there was a new body that was released. I will try to put a picture up. Let me grab my phone and figure out the name of it. It's called the Traxxas / late model body kit. So it's another body that you can get for this. I believe it's a little bit more enclosed, covers up the tires. It's a really cool looking body. I'm going to put a picture of it right here, somewhere. But I will put a picture of it up. Alright, so let's take a look at the way these bodies come off. Now, I did want to point out that one of the issues that I know of with the modified over here is that the back is very flimsy and it will rub on your back tires. To mitigate that problem, I was actually going to take a flat sheet Lexan and stiffen that up and get it to come down straight. So I was just going to glue it back there with probably some shoe glue or something like that, a thin layer of shoe glue, and put some Lexan up there just to stiffen it up on both sides. Aside from that, it's a great looking car. For a $30 difference, it looks like you're getting a lot more. But still, I don't know. They both look good to me. Now, how do I get that off? Okay, there's two clips in the front, and there's two clips back here somewhere. In the back, you have to undo. A little awkward, but they're back there. All right, no lights, no wires, so comes right off. And there you can see it's just looks like a Traxxas / LCG chassis. I'll bring the camera closer in a second here. Now, here's the LOSI 22S Sprint car. Now, the 22S Sprint car came out later, so they had more time to think about the latching system, but it has a little switch in the back, a little lever in the back. Looks like you pop that off, and the body should come right off. There we go. Look at that. That comes off very easy. It feels a little top heavy with the wing. So that's where if you're doing 35 miles per hour and you come into a turn, you're going to be tipping all over the place. So that's probably why it only does 25 miles per hour. And wow, this is really interesting. It looks like they call it a 22S, and I'm wondering if they took a 22S bottom chassis and just lopped off the side. Look at that. It just looked like they cut it. That is pretty cool. But I'm trying to keep from losing the body's over here. But look at the wheelbase difference in one and the other. I'll talk about short wheelbases. They are significantly different in size. The modified is sprung a lot softer as well. And I'm telling you, this 22S is a work of art. I like the way they look like they cut the chassis. Here's a 22S drag chassis. It's a roller, so there's no electronics in it. But I just want to see what one looks like. Nah, it's a completely different chassis plate underneath. They completely redesigned this. They didn't just cut a 22S drag car. They actually made a whole new chassis plate. I was just curious. Thanks for putting up with my curiosity. But look, even the 22S chassis is significantly longer. Alright, I just had to see that. So here's a closer look at the Traxxas / modified chassis. And there's the BL2S ESC. There's the motor in the back there. Got the green, obviously, with the green shocks. I like my green. Here is the LOSI 22S Sprint car. It says Sprint in the front. There is the ESC. And there is your brushless motor. I think it's a 3300 kV motor. Yep, 3300 kV motor. Wow, it seems amazingly tiny next to the dirt modified, but just wanted to do a side-by-side here. I do love the look of both cars. They are not too bad to put on the body. I'd say drop the nose behind the cage first, line up the two front clips, and then you could easily get the back clips, because that pretty much lines it all up. So, not bad to get on the body. Now this one has a slot right here in the front that a tab will go into, so that makes it easy too. I like that driver figure inside. They both have a driver figure. The LOSI is a little bit more detailed. Alright, let's see how this goes. Wow, that goes on really easy, well thought out. And the power button is right here, so you don't have to take the battery, you don't have to take the body off to turn it on or off, which is nice. But you should always check your batteries. You're running lipos, so you should always check your condition of your batteries, so you still have to take that body off. But, oh, I did forget, there's one more sprint car that was sold that wasn't ready to run that I forgot to include. Here's a sprint car that was made. This is the 1920 Snap-on sprint car. This one's a little harder to get, but it is another sprint car that was actually made. You have to either you need to know somebody at Snap-on or eBay to get one of these. But here's another sprint car. So let's get this one here in the, wow, I need a bigger table. That's a beauty. I always love the little spring setup on here. It's a beautiful car. I actually did go to a dirt oval racing event one time in my life, and it was actually a lot of fun. It's really exciting. But one of the things that I found interesting was a lot of times the cars would, if they broke down in the middle of the race, they would leave them out there. They wouldn't even get them off the track. And another thing, in front of the bleachers, they have these big giant fences. And even though those big giant fences are there to help keep flying chunks of solid red clay or dirt, to keep that dirt from flying into the crowd. And even with that fence in the way, there's one chunk of dirt the size of a softball flew through or over the fence, hit two other people before it hit me. When it finally hit me in the upper thigh. It felt like somebody punched me in my leg. So if you ever go, watch out for flying dirt. But it is a lot of fun to watch. Alright, as always, thank you so much for watching. I will put affiliate links to both of these cars in my description. If you choose to buy one, please use my affiliate links. It really helps out the channel. The way affiliate links work is kind of like when you go to the shoe store and they ask, did anybody help you make this purchase? That's kind of the way it works. You're still buying it from the actual store, so you're still going to the actual website. It just tells them who referred you, and it helps me out. So if you can, use my affiliate links, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.